Blackwater. Good friends telling better stories.
Absolutely my least favorite.
What a wild time to be alive. I am going to acknowledge tonight that we are streaming from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Coast Salish, Stolo, Semiahmoo, Kwantlen, Tsawwassen, and Musqueam First Nations. While our characters play in a world that Tim has created, we are honored to live, work, and play on these lands tonight. I'm going to challenge everyone out there to go to native-land.ca and find out whose lands you live on. A big thank you to our sponsors and partners. We're proud to be sponsored by Sirenscape because epic games require epic sound. And we're also stoked to be using Epidemic Sound for this fantastic campaign as well. We are partnered with Legend Keeper. It is the ultimate world-building tool created by DMs for DMs. You can type !Legend Keeper in the chat to find out all the deets. And our Campaign 2 mini-sponsor is the incomparable MTM Printworks. MTM is your one-stop shop for all your tabletop mini needs, from fantasy to western to sci-fi and modern. MTM has you covered. Type !MTM in the chat and head on over to the Etsy store. Our campaign artist is Tiana Kovacevic. You know her, you love her. Type !artist to find her and follow across all the socials. We are proud to be sponsored by Familiar Dice, creator of the best, beautifulest math clacks around. You can type !Dice in the chat and go follow Robin across all the socials and put your dice in your mouth because you love them. You might have noticed we are playing live in studio.
The D2 in the mouth isn't good. I didn't like
No?
it. It wasn't a good feeling.
It's like he did say don't break your teeth, don't chomp.
Like it.
Yeah. You didn't like it. You may have noticed we were playing live in studio. We are proud to be hosted here by the amazing folks from QuestKeep, part of Quest Coast Studios. You can type !QuestKeep in the chat to find out all of their details. And we have some big thank yous for our crew tonight. You can shout out Jason and Tony in the technical booth tonight for keeping us on those rails. Additionally, Campaign 2 has its home over on the QuestKeep YouTube page. Please go give them a follow and come drop us a follow by typing !YouTube to come follow all of our stuff. There are 1,700 hours, more than that, of content, so go check it out. Some very brief programming updates. Episode 31 dropped on podcast today. We also have a Patreon with some incredible behind-the-scenes stuff, Chatwater, and patrons-only Discord. I am also making the decision to delay Godkiller a couple weeks just because I want to make sure I'm working with a composer right now, maybe a little surprise, composing a theme for our characters. That is going to be taking a little bit extra time. Also, I need a little bit of extra editing time because I'm learning. So please head on over to our Patreon and go follow and subscribe for all of that kind of good stuff. As well, episode 3 of Mayfield Mysteries dropped on the podcast feed last Friday. Only one episode left in this lovely little series as Yanis is our GM, featuring myself and Adam and Cody and Jess. So get ready for the finale. So that drops this Friday. So go follow our podcast as well. All of our episodes are also up in podcast form too.
Just big shout out to Cody, who's absolutely been crushing it with us, and it's so good.
And the original theme that that they composed as well.
So good.
So good.
Really?
Yeah.
You should listen to it. It's pretty good, Sean.
You know, Cody's in a pretty great band too.
Oh.
I'm in a main band myself. That's this.
You can type !Cody in the chat to find out all of their details and their.
Ceiling.
Sorry,
That's
what?
one of the songs.
Okay.
We're gonna love this.
We are also. They're
Whenever
gonna
Cody
hate
streams
this.
and I'm on Discord with them, I sing their songs badly.
We love this.
It's good. Leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
You know?
We are also thrilled to be doing a fantastic new mini-series in partnership with our friends over at Rowan, Rook, and Descartes for their hugely successful Kickstarter, Eat the Reich. Our vamps raced their way through Sector 2 of Paris last week, and we are in a dead sprint towards the finale, which is on Wednesday of this week, September 27th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as our Fang commandos try and make it all the way to Hitler's airship at the top of the Eiffel Tower. This game is vampires, World War II, and camp ultra-violence. They have been up against squadrons and tanks and have even come into contact with some of the terrifying Ubermenschen, Stahlsoldat, and the Rustwitch. So if you want to see the last one and the epic final battle, please come hang out with us, as well as our fantastic guests, June Laporte and Dead Aussie Gamer, who we are so happy to have join us. And we are also thrilled to be working with the game designer Grant Howitt to make sure that this thing goes off without a hitch, with sensitivity consulting by the incredible Rue Dickey. So sharpen your fangs and come join us on Wednesday for the epic finale, the explosive finale, because, you know, detonations and stuff like that. Which brings us to our episode sponsor for the evening, Tomb Guardians and their Curse. Their fantastic Kickstarter for Curse of the Usurper. I've got all my deets here. This sprawling 900-page 3-book campaign setting showcases beautiful illustrations, thrilling encounters, and items and monsters to tempt your players deep into the minds of Shekel to start unraveling the mystery. You can also access multiple pledge levels that get you over 50 20 to 28 millimeter monster miniatures, as well as 400 3D printable tiles, which is really very cool. The team has been having a blast reading through the first book here, Trouble in Havdir, and we have been stoked this week on items. What are everybody's... There it is.
Better job.
What are everybody's
Do better
favorite
jobs.
items?
Do better jobs.
I had to find it. I forgot its name.
I'll start.
Yeah.
I love the Crystal Lounge armor. It's like really gaudy, like gold and jewel-studded armor that adds to your performance bonus and gives you a little charisma boost. And I just love the idea of a fighter who rolls up in just the fanciest armor as a character choice. I feel like it's a very narratively informative armor piece.
Incredible. Who's next?
I had to remember what it was called because they have a series of magical perfumes known as the Lover's Perfume. Ooh. And whether you want to do Nightshade, Owlbear Claw, Ogre's Toenail, there's a lot of fun smells here that I'm not sure are good, but like it's a spray that gives you like temporary bonus. For example, if you got that Frog's Legs perfume, the speed of the wearer is reduced by 5 feet.
Not the arms of a frog. Something different.
Oh, those frog's legs, absolutely.
Wait, so it's a bad perfume?
Some of the perfume good, some of the perfume bad.
As
called
someone who-
odorant.
As someone who orders from indie perfume companies, you truly never know what you get a lot of the time. So
I am an absolute sucker for any time they're like, here's the main item and here's all its subclasses.
Yes.
Big fan.
Amazing. I'll go next. I am a huge fan of the tiny gelatinous cube inside a terrarium. It costs 50 gold pieces, which I love. That holds a minuscule gelatinous cube inside a beautiful little enclosure. You can open the little door to release it, and it will just clean things for you. You have to feed it decaying and dead organic material. It's not big enough to start digesting living things, but if you don't feed it every day, it'll die.
It's like a Tamagotchi.
So
It's like a little Tamagotchi.
It's like a Roomba
It moves
Tamagotchi.
5
A
feet an
Roomagotchi.
hour because it's so lil, and it has 1 hit point and an AC of 10, and it is very, very sweet. And you can place your little cube back in the terrarium as an action again. So if you've ever wanted to have a gelatinous cube as a pet, this is the item for you. Yeah, that's what I got.
Nice.
My favorite one was the sugared baked dough. It's basically just like a donut that makes you have a sugar rush, and so it gives you 5 more feet of movement, and you can eat up to 6 of them before you vomit and lose all the effect.
They stack.
Stackable
So
donuts.
you can have up to 30 feet.
You can have up to 30 feet additional.
Whoa.
I
Which
bet
I
I
think-
could eat more than.
But it
That
takes
was
but
exactly
it takes an action and lasts a minute.
Yeah.
But I guess if
So
you did
it's
that and
like-
then ran, maybe
Yeah.
it would feel.
So you can eat up to 6 of these confectionaries before you vomit them up, negating the nourishing and hasting effect. Which I think
Also,
is just a
but
really
what I like
fun...
is a minute is 10 rounds, so you have to use 6 rounds to get the 30-foot bonus, and then you can go
Unless
so
you're
far.
playing a thief rogue where they can just like bonus action eat things.
I would say that I would say a cool DM would let you eat 6 at once.
Wait, they have nutritional.
But you
value
have to
too,
roll a
right?
con-
A con save not to choke.
Whatever.
Do they say you could you survive?
Oh yeah, the bread
Imagine
also
having
provides
your
enough
character
nourishment
die.
for a third of the day.
A third of the day.
So that could
just
you
on
can get
donuts
through
alone.
2 days.
You can get through 2 days with 6.
Damn.
a half dozen. Baby.
It's just like a really fun, sort of silly
Yeah, I like it.
add-on,
Yeah.
and I really dig it.
Yeah.
Jess?
Jess?
Sure.
I have a few because they're all mundane, and I was like, I want
Okay, well, I don't want to get in the way of Mr. Mundane. I liked there's an unsettling Jester's Mask, which I liked for the roleplay potential, because the way it works is it lets you use your performance modifier for intimidation checks. Instead of intimidation, you roll performance when you're wearing it.
Nice.
And it's got like a creepy jester's face with fangs. I just love the idea of like trying to like kind of big dog somebody by doing like a creepy jester dance.
By doing your weird theater.
Just search like What if I? You better tell us or I'll juggle a 5th ball.
Be careful, I'll send you back to ones.
I hate these street performers.
What do you got, Adam?
I got 3.
Okay.
They're all
shit.
very small.
Oh.
So my first one is the mummified hamster, which can be used as a spell component for necromancy spells. That's it. It's just a
Amazing.
mummified hamster. My second one is the mermaid's piss ale, which
Yes.
does nothing but turn your skin green. And then the third one, which is my personal favorite, is the Hadvir guard armor, which is it gives you an advantage to convince people that you're a guard, and that's it.
So it's just the uniform that
Yeah,
the guards wear.
you're
and
just
people
wearing-
believe you better.
Yeah,
you
you're
gotta
more
get
likely
this
to
guy.
convince
Okay.
someone that you are that person because you're wearing.
Incredible.
That
the uniform
rocks.
of- yeah,
That
I was
honestly-
like, that's such a dumb, fun detail where it's like you have advantage to be like, yes, I'm a guard at this town.
That also makes me think of there's like a fake beard that gives you like I think it adds just +1
Yeah,
to
advantage.
It's advantage to like attempts to disguise yourself, but like it doesn't say specifically as like a bearded person.
Yeah.
So in theory, you could disguise yourself as anything and get advantage
On the head.
You have
And the
beard.
best, the wording of it is I think it's very realistic beard.
Is very in quotes?
Yes.
You know it's real.
I just trust them because they have a beard.
So this incredible adventure in this book here takes your players all the way from level 1 up to level 15, and there's enough information there that if you were so inclined, you could probably take your players all the way up to level 20 if you wanted to. Go immerse yourself in this book. You can type !curse in the chat to find the link through our Blackwater partner link. And thank you so much, the wonderful folks at Toon Guardians, for sponsoring our show this month. Thank you. And that's it. That's all I have. So grab your tissues, grab your spider milk, grab your jorts, and your best friends, whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages. Thank you so much for your support. It is through community that we can make amazing things happen. We hope you feel super, super welcome here. Tony, roll the clip, roll the clip! Woo!
Just get to level 20. All right. So, for those of you just joining us tonight, last week, the party went ahead with their plan to set up Halora for an ambush, only to have her turn the tables. Trapping Ferrothor, the Iron Dragon, and nearly removing Argoic, the Mercury Dragon's wing, before taking on her true target, the Kokanee Lightkeeper, shattering the metal in his chest like glass and taking his heart. Reeling, the party was rounded up by the city guard and taken to a dungeon deep below the military headquarters. They pled their case, but were held in captivity for their own safety from the citizens of Caradoc. They decided to take matters into their own hands, opting to break out and set things right on their own. And that is where we pick up. As you've seen Thistle
Back to the dark place.
enter, get through the door fairly easily, and you watch Argoic slide through as well, taking on that kind
As a
of
fart,
form.
you cast
Yes.
make self fart.
Yeah, I fought it.
What would you all like to do?
All right, well, let me out of mine.
Do you need to be able to have all of us out to get us out of here, or what?
Well, I mean, I assume they're all going to come with
Oh,
us.
Yeah, we're all going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, well, I'll start with yours. And you watch as he goes up to Esper's cell, and you see he kind of holds up his hand, and it takes on that kind of Mercury form as he slides his hand into the lock. And it pops open. Do you want to get this side? I'll get the other side.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of moves down. As he comes down over to yours, same kind of thing. Who do you let out?
I'll try to let out Shy first.
Yes. Opens up.
19.
Yep, you managed to get it. Takes you a second, but you get it out.
You would see Shy just kind of sitting covered in charcoal with all of the papers behind her, the storyboard sitting behind her.
Taking this all well, I see.
Doesn't say a word, just stands up and walks out.
All right.
I'm assuming Argowick got me out of
Yeah,
that.
you got it out.
I kind of would just
Wow.
put my hand forward.
18.
And you hear your door open as well.
Rad.
You're both still in your mana.
Oh, fuck.
Can we?
18 to...
Yeah. You pop it open. Do you want to get one of them?
Yeah. Mark.
All these rolls make me so nervous. Like,
I know.
one's gonna explode.
10.
He also rolled a 14. And as you both are trying to unlock these manacles, it's proving quite difficult.
Do you want me to give it a try? I'm not bad with those.
Yeah.
I have proficiency with thieves' tools.
Nice.
Bardic.
I'll go
Guidance.
to- well, there's going to be 2 of them, so give me a minute.
I can give you guidance twice.
I can also do it.
I'll go to Mark's
My
first.
thing.
That's a natural 20
amazing.
for 24 and 31.
I'll say with a natural 20, you pop both. of
She
them.
unlocks Mark so well.
I think there's
Here
just
it
a
comes
moment where
undone,
Shai
too.
just like pulls out this like very old set of thieves' tools. It looks like they might not have been hers first, and it's just kind of like a Tony Hansen.
She doesn't just go.
Don't punch my thing in the chains. No. So where are we going?
That's a great question. I assume we have to go up those stairs that we came down.
Oh, we're not like teleporting out of here.
I can't teleport.
Okay.
You seemed really confident about breaking out of this place.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, good enough for me, I guess.
We just have to be quiet.
Right, yeah.
I know Ferrothor is close by, so I'll give him a signal, and he said he could make a distraction happen.
Okay.
It's going to be a quick exit.
Okay.
Do you know if he's stashed my stuff anywhere near?
I'm hoping we find it on the way up.
Great.
Okay.
So, we're prioritizing stealth
Yes.
and non-confrontation.
Yeah.
We don't want to hurt
You
these
sneak
people.
out.
Definitely don't want to kill a fucking guard.
What? No, we don't want to kill anybody.
Done enough.
Who's the most likely to struggle with being quiet?
Not me.
You have loud clothing.
That's true.
Are you in heavy or medium armor?
I'm in medium armor.
Yeah, so you'll have disadvantage.
Okay. Well, I can help.
No, it's
She can do
The thing.
the no footprints thing.
if you can help, and you'll hear like a kind of ghostly sound around. I'm gonna give you a bardic.
Okay. Thanks. And I'll cast Passive Trace.
Nice.
Yes.
We should, before we leave, we should make a plan just in case we get separated.
A meeting point.
What about,
By the grove, out by the hag.
I was going to say near the hag's house.
I like that. Yeah, that's great.
Also, we'll decide where we're going to go after this, but we're going to have to figure out whether we're going to go back to Katona or somewhere else. But that seems like a later conversation, just
I
getting
agree.
out of the city.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all.
No.
Okay. I'd look towards Argoic.
All right, shall we?
Yeah.
And he heads down the hallway, up to the stairs, and you can see there's another door at the top of the stairs. After you.
Sure.
I'll give the help action for sleight of hand.
Every time.
I told you it's my thing.
Get down it.
20 total.
20. So yeah, doesn't take you too long to kind of pop open the heavy door. You hear kind of as you slowly open it. You take a look out, and you can see there are stairs that go up. Basically, a big stairwell at the moment.
Is your brother going to start kicking it off, or are we going to make our way up here first?
I figured we'd get a little closer to the surface. We're fairly deep underground.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Keep an eye out first. Keeping an ear.
Yeah.
Okay. Stealth checks from everybody. on
Sounds
this
good.
one.
Yeah, stealth check from everybody.
Which dice?
Plus D6.
And I'm at disadvantage.
Yes.
I get a D, but I get 1d6 if,
You
if
get
I want.
10 plus D6
Yes.
if you want it. Yeah.
I gotta do this to me.
Pick the right dice.
18.
18.
18.
18.
32.
32.
29.
29.
Natural 20, 31.
Ooh.
Argwick's quite quiet as well.
Yeah, pick the right dice.
This time.
As you very quietly sneak up the stairs, very soft feet. As you pass by another large door, looks like there's another floor. Head up again, another floor. And then as you come around, you can hear shuffling up at the next landing. What would you like to do?
Here shuffling, we can't actually see them.
I think we're getting closer to the surface.
Okay.
If we are happy to wait here for 10 minutes while I cast a spell, I can scout directly above us onto the next landing.
Do we have time for 10 minutes to wait?
No,
That's what I'm asking.
No
I
one
don't
was
think
coming for us before.
What do you think?
the information is valuable, but the lost time, I'm not sure how they equal.
Do you want to go spider mode and we'll make the connection?
Yes, we can do that. I become a spider.
All right.
I cast guidance.
I grumble as a spider.
The loudest spider.
Horrifying. Horrifying thought. Grumbly spider.
The grumbly spider, yeah.
Yeah.
Remote corner of Queensland.
As you head up the stairs, you kind of come around and you can see, as you kind of stay in the shadows as a spider, you see there are two Warforged guards standing in front of a large door, both with halberds. They seem to be posted up here.
The door we would have to go through.
Yeah, it seems like, and this is the last landing. There's no more stairs up, so this seems like the kind of surface level.
It appears we have two guards at the door. Would you like me to cause a distraction? Lead them away.
I relay that to everybody.
As long as you don't get seen.
Sure. Yeah, everyone thinks that's a great idea.
Or do we want our friend Argowick to make the bigger distraction? See if they leave on their own.
Ferrothor, you mean?
I can call.
Yes.
Brother.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
Let's try that.
All right.
I'll let you know if they leave.
Okay. And you watch as Argowick kind of looks down, and his eyes kind of glaze over with that silvery mercury, and then back. Do any of you have a non-magical metal on you?
Yeah, probably like which coin do.
Coin should be fine. Any iron?
Yeah, I have a belt buckle. I'll take my belt buckle off.
Yes. Just either hang on tight to it or leave it behind.
Okay, I'm gonna hang on tight to it.
All right.
I grab the many metal buttons of my nice clothes.
Okay.
Oh, as in he was like, so like he tells me to like put it back on.
Either you can keep it on if
Oh,
you
yeah.
like. Just you'll see. As you watch as he kind of like he moves up a little ways on the stairs, and he kind of cocks his head, and you hear after about 2 minutes of this sort of tense waiting, you hear kind of a creaking noise. And at first, you can hear the wood creaking of the door, and you can see this. You watch as the door is starting to buckle backwards, and you can see the iron banding on the door starting to pull through, and you can see the two guards sort of looking at each other as their halberds start to move closer towards the door, as you see they're kind of holding them. And then the door, in a very sudden, quick action, breaks through as the iron pushes through, and the door flies off inwards, and you watch they get pulled through, and you can see like as the door skates through, you can see a number of guards sliding by. All right, I think we should go.
Yeah.
We go.
Let's go.
We make a
It's
break for it.
it's very like Inception, like when they're just like drifting across the floor.
As you
Could I do like an investigation or something just to keep my eye out for like where they would keep?
yes, and an athletics check to see if you can hang on to that belt buckle.
Oh yeah. Bad at athletics. That's a 9. Yeah, that's a 9.
I lose my buttons too.
Yeah. Cling!
No!
Your shirt flies open, and your belt buckle slides out of your hand. You watch as it's like hitting the stairs and going up and up and up.
I just
Surprisingly
tie the
soft.
belt off.
Not at
Yeah,
all
yeah.
surprising.
And then,
Really good
I think exactly
investigation
what we
check.
expect.
His
Yeah.
torso is completely without definition.
22 to
What
just
do
look for just like where they would keep like evidence or
Right.
like my gear.
So as you come up the stairs, you all go up the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you head into the kind of main area, you can see it is just chaos as all of these warforged, and some of them have armor kind of built onto their armor, and you can see they are all flung and stuck to the wall on the far side. And you can see there's panic, and you hear as you all come up, you all sort of look, and you see this massive iron door. And you realize right away there's bars as well next to it that are like that are sealed into the stone that are also sort of bending. You can see that's where the lockup is. And you watch as this massive iron door flies off and across the room. And I need all of you to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Yes.
15
You're in
total,
dice
okay?
jail.
17 total.
17.
No, sorry, 18. Apologies.
18. 17. 10.
9.
9. Okay, you three fail. As the door flies across, you two manage to get out of the way.
Wait, I fail?
You did, yeah. You,
15?
Yeah.
Big
As this
door.
large iron door flies across the room and slams into you three, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you get knocked prone.
Hey, ow.
As it just slams into you and flies off, and you can see a number of the Warforged kind of duck as it slams into the stone wall above them, and you can see the whole thing kind of shake, and a bunch of the stone shatters off as they are all yelling as they see you there. You watch as weapons start to pour out of that door and slide across the floor, and some of them on the racks and behind start flying across, and you see a box sliding past you. And you can see in part of the box as it's gotten broken, you can see there is your stuff.
Okay. I feel like my cloak is like flying
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'll grab the cloak and then is the box locked?
Yeah, the box is locked.
Okay.
So you're on the ground. So you manage to grab it as you're like on the ground,
I think
prone.
if you'd allow me, I'd come over and like seeing Esper try and grab for this box, I would use kind of like my agility to kind of like steady myself and try and move the box in a way that he could pick the lock in a way that was.
All right, you can make an athletics check.
Yeah.
And then, depending on this, we'll see
Athletic,
if
would you
can
allow
have
me to
advantage
do-
or disadvantage.
Would you
Here's-
allow me to
here's
do
the thing.
acrobatics?
I'm gonna argue against myself
Oh, this is good.
because a lockpick is ferrous metal.
All right,
You have
well, it's
titanium
tucked in.
lockpicks.
It's tucked in. So I'll have you make a sleight of hand check to see if you can catch it as it flies.
Would you
out of your
allow me
pocket.
to use acrobatics?
Sure.
My liege.
19 sleight of hand.
I would like to
You managed
cast.
to grab it.
I would like
It's
to
small
cast
enough.
detect magic and see if any of these things flying by is magical.
Okay.
My
Bastard.
acrobatics check is going to be a flirty 20.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to slide your foot over and kind of like in a sort of cool
Full slide tackle
Slide
kind of way,
tackle.
yeah.
You managed to block it.
And he specified non-magical metal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my magical stuff that's in there is just
Doesn't
moving
seem-
with the rest of
Yeah,
the
it's
chest.
it's the box itself,
Yeah.
and you can see that like the kind of iron banding and
Right.
like some of the wood has splintered off, and that's how you're able to see in. And what is your sleight of hand check for? It'll just be a flat roll.
The flat roll.
Yeah, it's not
Because of my help.
Because you have a help.
19 again.
Nice.
Nice.
You
Nice,
managed
well
to
done.
pop it open, and as you open it up, you grab your stuff kind of in one fell swoop as the rest of the chest kind of poof, 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 and flies towards
My
the
cloak
guards.
is like acting
Very
as like
nice.
almost like a hot air balloon, just like dragging me. It's like the cloak of like 30 knives, just like.
And I think as at this point, it's like I'm sliding it with my foot, and then I'm like, come on, let's
And
go.
I'm
And
just
I,
like, let it go.
And I will have you guys make another dexterity saving throw, all of you, as the weapons start flying out.
Oh, this dice is on fire. I switched. This is my grog, saving grog one shot dice.
There it is.
Dice-
21.
dice
That's, the
jail
gold, that's
for you.
my golden dice that does really well. And we've got
21.
That's definitely
17.
winning fair.
17.
10.
10.
I think doing that, I kind of put
Yeah.
myself as a disadvantage.
18.
18. Okay. 19. All right. So yeah, only you take a javelin to the back. As you're helping, you watch as Shy
Thanks for
turns
helping.
a javelin slams into her shoulder, and you take 5 points of piercing damage. And the rest of you kind of dodge out of the way. You see,
bonus action healing word.
yeah, you do see with your detect magic. There is some stuff inside that looks like it might be magical. You see one thing that's rolling out. You see it's gotten caught up in a chain of like a flail, and it's being dragged along, and you can see it does look like a javelin, but at the end it sort of looks like a lightning bolt.
I'm going to use the Thorn Whip cantrip to
And you pull it back over to you, and you grab this javelin, and then as you're kind of racing across, you can see the like main door to this barracks is straight ahead. And it is still closed, and you can see all the guards are like scrambling to try to disentangle themselves from the wall here, but they are all kind of in a clump.
We make a break for it.
And you make a break for the door. You run across, and you get there, and it is locked at the moment. What
From
would
the
you like to do?
inside? I'm gonna give you the help action to pick that lock.
Okay,
That's good.
21.
21. I'm gonna have everyone make one final dexterity saving throw for me, please.
19 for me.
19.
Okay, that's good. Not really.
Not great.
Should I make mine at disadvantage because I'm like focusing and staying?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
24.
24.
Whoa.
Wowzers.
It
18.
was a 7.
Fine.
Oh,
I'm not lying.
I was like,
Oh!
you're like 18. He's like 7. I'm like,
20?
Oh, natural 1. You're
13.
fucked.
Okay, that's a failure.
13.
That's a failure.
18.
That's a
Sorry,
success.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Failure.
24.
That's a success, and Argoic also only got an 11, so you will all take 10 points of piercing damage.
Voice.
As you feel this hail of crossbow bolts, luckily are in short range, but they all fly towards you. Some of them get kind of pulled off, but a few of them do hit, and you take that damage, and the door opens up. I will need everyone to make a strength saving throw to kind of push this thing open. Actually, a group acrobatics check.
Oh.
Or athletics.
Oh,
okay.
athletics.
It's a roller coaster.
11.
Okay.
12.
All right.
16.
All right.
Fuck this, I got a 4, dude.
10.
And
We are not a strong.
I am the strong
as
one.
you're all pushing against this like door banded with iron, you're all pushing with all your might.
Can I, seeing that we're all struggling, can I take a gust of wind? Is like Esper gets the lock, and I just want to push the door.
All
clean
right.
open.
Make an Arcana check to see how strong you can make this.
I
gust
would
of wind.
also love to cast Levitate on the door to just, because presumably if it might be more than 500 pounds, but all I want to do is just take the weight.
Off
So
the
it's like,
hinges.
it's,
Okay,
you know, 'cause
okay.
the weight does this, which makes things harder to
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
I just want it,
Yeah.
which
okay.
maybe gives us advantage. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's just an 8.
Okay. As you
Also-
push against it, it is.
Can I cast enhance ability on Thistle?
Sure.
Full strength.
Yeah.
Does that roll with advantage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
My guidance?
Well, you're already a bear.
I'm not a bear.
You just.
I just,
Oh, you're just-
I just
oh,
made
you're
this
just-
roll.
Because he has bull
Pleasure.
strength.
Oh, okay.
He did a bull roar,
Sure,
not a bear roar.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
They're hard to determine the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really bad.
No. A door. No.
You're sort of cracking.
No.
My bad.
Why is it always a fucking
Athletics?
door? Every D&D
You can
buddy.
fight anything.
You hear this sort of cracking. Oh, my back.
Is that the door? Oh no!
As you push against it, it is still proving difficult. Argo, wait.
Nope. I am going to what I am going
Tim's
to
trying to let us through.
Okay,
No,
where
this
is
is
it?
great.
I am going to take.
In fact, I'm going to have everybody make another round of dexterity saving
Yeah,
throws.
that's fair.
Oh, that one!
What is flying at us? Is that a bunch
Crossbow.
of...
Little crossbow bolt.
Well, there's not a lot I can do about that, damn.
As I'm kind of like I'm weaving and dodging. I got a 25 for my
Okay,
dexterity
yeah.
saving throw.
Great.
Let everyone else do their dex saves first before I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
11. Okay.
That one.
That one.
That one, baby.
19.
19. So that is you two succeeded.
Yes.
Everyone else takes another 9 points of piercing damage. And you two with your nat ones, you actually get pinned to the wall a little bit. Your cloak
yes.
is pinned, and part of your armor gets pinned.
As
up
I
against the
see
wall.
them get pinned, I go, get him out now.
Yeah,
And
okay,
I
and
am
I-
going to pull. Go ahead, you first.
Oh, I'll just like vortex, like in that first action, I'll vortex warp Thistle, that is to say, like, deatomize you, and you're gonna appear pushing on the door already.
And as that gust of wind kind of dissipates itself, I go, always a good time to try something, and I'm going to essentially suck the air in, and I am going to use my clockwork gauntlet for the first time, and I'm going to expend a charge, and I'm going to punch the door. So this metal gauntlet has a steam-powered ram built into the greaves.
Yes.
It has 3 charges. While wearing the gauntlet, you can expend a charge as a bonus action to make a slam attack on the door.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Okay,
make a strength save will be knocked prone.
Yeah. Can you knock a door prone?
Yes.
And I have 3 of these, so
They're prone to that, in fact.
Hey.
it's a door, so it's a 14.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay,
Oh, thank God.
and it's 2d8 plus 2.
Plus, is it 2d8
You punch
plus
it
2
so
plus strength, or
powerfully.
is it 2d8?
I think so, yeah.
You punch it so powerfully that you just make a hole the size of your fist, which doesn't help us.
That's
jimmy it
going to
from
be
the other
6
side.
and 7 is 13, plus 2 is 15, plus my strength is 15. And the target must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
So as you
and I would punch it around the hinges or like the middle of the door if
Yeah.
it's a double door to push
So
through.
as you slam into it and you feel your hand stop, and then you watch and you hear the kind of whir of pistons as it punches through. And as you punch through, you watch as the wood splinters. The metal is now free to pull away as it pulls back and towards the far wall as it starts to fly off, and the splinters shatter out, and you have a clear path out of the door. You can hear shouting on the other side.
I'd like to run past and grab the bolt that's pinning Miri and pull it free, and then wrap my arm so that it's tangled into the cloak, and then let the cloak go, and basically fully like a parasail, just let it pull me out the door.
So as you get out into the kind of morning light, you can hear shouting from guards sort of running towards you that have heard all this commotion in the street. As Argowick gets out, you watch as he takes his draconic form, and he sort of looks at all of you. Let's go. And you
I leap
hear...
into his talons.
Yeah, you like you watch as his form kind of comes around, and he, like his arms are extended out as he like scoops up a few of
Can
you.
I climb up, seeing if he's willing, I'd climb up onto his back and
Yeah, you
ride.
climb up onto his back, and the liquid metal as it moves around you, it sort of forms into a seat.
Nice.
And you hear the kind of like boom, 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 as his brother comes around the corner, and like his large frame just pushes off of the ground, and you watch as like part of the stone building gets knocked away as he comes around and like dips one of his wings as a sort of invitation for a few of you to run on.
I'll go up on first.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will.
And you climb on. You feel his body's quite warm as you slide up on top, and they start flying through the sky over Caradoc as you can hear bells ringing.
Perfect. They can take us where we want to go.
We made a fucking exit, didn't we?
I don't think they noticed.
As
We definitely chose the stealth option.
Glad we
you
decided
get
that.
out of the city, as you like are getting out of that crater, as you move out, you can see who has the highest perception.
Passive or just regular?
Passive perception.
16.
16.
17.
17. You see over your shoulder, you can see there is an airship moving across the city
We've got
in your
company.
direction.
Faster than us, or?
It looks like it's keeping pace.
Oh boy.
I'm going to turn around.
For now.
I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to put my arms up, and I'm going to call out.
Might be best to give us some space.
And I'm going to cast Call Lightning. And I'm not going to bring any bolts down on them, but I'm going to create the storm and sort of like threateningly kind of like challenge them. Like, do you really want to fly a ship through this?
Okay, I'm gonna have 2 things are gonna happen. I'm gonna have you make an intimidation check, and you can use your spellcasting modifier for it.
Ooh.
Cool.
Cool DM, Tim.
What a cool DM.
That's so fun.
That's a cool little home run.
Also, Tim, how much damage did I take from the Nat 1 save?
It was 9 points.
9? Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yo, I'm hurt.
not doing
23.
23.
Yeah.
So as this kind of storm gathers around, you feel the dragons kind of push up towards the clouds as they sail up into the clouds, and you can just make out as you get there, the airships start to turn around as you sail just inside of the clouds and obscured from view as you continue on out of the city, leaving Caradoc far behind.
Oh, God.
Shit.
As we're
Mission accomplished, team. We did it.
You made friends.
as we're kind of flying, I would look to my my friends. Where are we going? Are we flying like north, essentially, at this point?
Yeah, you're flying. At first, you're flying north, and then you feel them sort of turn eastward or westwardly.
I would call down to Arguic. Have you ever been to Guthstram?
Yes, some time ago.
We could go try and find my mother.
I think maybe that's a good call.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm in.
They wouldn't suspect to go there.
No, they wouldn't know at all. And the only person who gave me the direction to the Raina Peaks was Alora. So, I don't know anything other than the Raina Peaks, so maybe a city close by.
We'll talk. We can't get there in one go.
All right.
As you continue on, you fly for another probably 6 hours. Your legs, your arms are aching from hanging onto these dragons. As you finally start to come down toward the land, it's getting quite cold as well, as they fly a little bit lower as they get farther. You feel yourself going farther northwest, but you do come in sight of the edges of coastline, and you can see the forest down below as they bring you down into what looks like a boreal forest. And you can see the kind of snow-tipped pines and things like that. As they bring you down into the coastline, they land in kind of this kind of sparse, open bit of coast. You can see there's lots of boulders and this sort of sprawling pine forest. As they kind of land, you guys get off. It's evening.
Because so if you're orienting me, Wolfar, Caradoc up here, Guthstram this way
No, Guthstram's farther. It's on the other side,
of Garyang.
I believe so.
So because it's Wolfar, Garyang, and then Guthstram's kind of over here because only the top half is
It's
cold.
past, yeah.
I understand. Okay. So we're like lower Garyang at this point. Oh no. Okay.
And you can see kind of mountain ranges in the distance. You see Ferithor once again takes that dwarven form. All right, well, you're right to camp here for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Get our bearings and talk about a plan.
Where are we?
We're in Garyang.
I've heard good things.
Okay.
This part of it is actually pretty nice,
It's good at skiing.
pretty quiet. We're on the southern edge.
So we're fugitives. We are, trying to do the right thing, but for the time being, we're definitely wanted by Caradoc.
Yes.
Yep.
What we did, even though we left the statement, is going to make us look super guilty.
Means we can't go
Yes.
to Dresda either.
I mean, we could. We'd have
With
to.
the presence of
We'd have to be.
Thisera and
Undercover.
Episiket in Dresda, I don't think so.
This is true. Until we get that heart back and clear our names, I guess Esper, we might be deferring to your expertise, well, the two of you,
Yeah.
for flying under the radar. And you look like you do crime.
But it's holy crime.
Yeah.
I don't usually have to fly under the radar. The truth is, I normally leave places and everyone I leave behind. I did do a little bit of crime, but they think I helped them, and I did.
Yeah.
But this is new.
Can you do it now? Can you convince them that we helped them?
No, I can't.
All right.
No, this is absolutely messed up.
We can.
Of all of us, I think I've been on the run the most, so. But it's not that hard, honestly. Just keep going.
Head down. Don't make a lot of tracks, don't. make big impressions.
Yeah.
Spent coin, don't leave your name, and just go.
Don't leave your name.
Don't leave your name.
In fairness, I don't think they know your name. You introduced yourself as something else, didn't you?
Ship Gardener.
Yeah.
But my normal name is so good. Mark Dwyler.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They know Chip Gardner.
Yeah, Chip's the best. Team, very excited to go find your mother, but we are going to have to go after Halora.
Yeah.
Or at least find out where she is so we can get that heart back.
I don't think we get the heart back without dispatching her. And I don't know if we're
We could steal it.
quite in the... I assume she's put it inside of her chest.
Maybe. We don't know.
Well,
But
It's not going to be easy, obviously.
No, God,
It's,
no,
it's
no,
not
no.
going to be a walk in the park. And we just tried to stealth our way out of jail, and
we stealthed our way really well right up until we decided to get loud. This was a successful jail heist, he says, trying to cast mending on his ear that's been cut in 2 places by a crossbow bolt. I'm making it taste like it doesn't hurt. To cast prestidigitation on his own blood.
Esper is just dripping with blood.
I do think that if we are going to attempt to go after her, or I assume our friends here are of similar mind, want to still pursue her.
That's where we're off to next.
Oh, all right.
How did you find her in the first place?
Well, she tends to stand out wherever she went. The first time we found her, when she first escaped, we'd heard stories about a lady who'd become warforged.
Right.
And we decided to go investigate, and then it was sort of just following her trail from there.
And you said that, because she said she had to go somewhere and she didn't have time, and that where she was going, she wasn't going to be able to heal herself, or she needed that, whatever, she needed something that would extend her vitality, like what she took from Kokanee. And you said that there was something she was trying to prevent, an event in a place that she was tied to. If she was going there with such urgency, my bet's that's where she'd go. She took the thing she needed and then she left.
Right?
Do you know where that is at all? Or any clues or anything?
I think it's somewhere up here.
Do you have the ability to message us from a great distance?
Not exactly, but no.
All right.
Generally, I have a way to talk to Argoic at great distance, but it's a dragon thing.
we can check in. We can
Yes.
check in every once in a while.
Maybe if you could take us to where we want to go, and we will check in routinely, and if you find her, we can try and attempt to get to you to assist you, or you could come and get us. But you are much more suited to tracking her, and we will need to make some sort of plans as to how we can
Yeah.
hope to defeat her.
I think while it looks like we're going to be going our separate ways quite soon once we get to Guthstram. Guthstram? Am I saying that right? Guthstram. None of you are locals, it doesn't matter. Once we get Guthstram...
That one sounded wrong.
Fuck! What was... Mr. Moss, we know.
Yeah.
Gideon, we know and don't want to associate with.
Yeah.
We know Halora.
Yadira, she's the one in the Yesil rainforest that said, Moss said she was good with curses.
Have we actually spoken to her?
No,
No.
I think
we don't know where she is.
if you come across any rumors or leads on Yadira,
Yeah.
I think we need to talk to her.
The
Anyone
final
who's associated
or
with.
Gideon or Moss.
Hello.
Anyone.
Well, we definitely don't want to talk to Gideon, and
No.
Not
I think we've gotten about all we're going to get out of Moss. I think Yadira is our best bet for learning more about Halora.
I mean, yes, I agree with you. There is a possibility that we have a play, I believe that's the term you would use, to appeal to Moss.
because he hung us out to dry.
Moss is a man who gets where he's going because there are no waves. He doesn't do things that attract too much attention. If he is tied to a woman who murdered Kokanee, he might have vested interest into helping deal with that situation. Now, I'm not saying that's our first option. I think we should go see Yadira, but I don't think, regardless of what his goals are, that he is going to be pleased at to what she did.
I think our professional relationship with Moss will be on hiatus until all of this calms down for that exact reason.
All I'm
He
saying,
won't want to associate with us because we're louds.
but he's already associated with us, and if we can find out that he's
Not
been
partic-
associated with
not
Allura before,
particularly.
well, the school knows that he is the patron of your brother.
Why don't we ask him?
All I'm saying is, if it doesn't pan out with Yadira, there is an option of going back to Moss and appealing for help there
If
That's a good point as a fallback.
as a
think,
fallback.
I think if at all possible, while like they know who we are, Vesper, the high priestess there, I introduced myself, and if there's a way that we can keep distance from Moss now simply to maintain Adri's safety, that would be my preference. I don't want Adri used as any form of bargaining chip ever again. Certainly not with me or because of me. So if when, Mira, you were saying when you called him that he just didn't seem that plussed about it. So I think we just kind of go our own way for now, and we expect that we don't have him as a back pocket anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
First for your mother then.
She might also have, all these people know of her. She might have information for us that way, and she fucking owes me one at this point. So,
Any information you find about Yadira,
Right.
we'll be in touch.
Yeah. Well, Argowick and I will take you to Guthstram.
Thank you.
We can take you to Skalarn.
Skalarn.
Can't take you much farther north. There's an island that is home to another dragon. It's
Territory?
pretty territorial. We used to get stories about him when we were just wormlings.
Anything we should know?
His name is Gryden. And
Gryden, like with a G?
yeah. And a lot. He demands a high tribute. But this was some time ago. But we just can't risk it.
Does he demand it from everyone or just dragons?
I don't think many dragons venture into his territory.
I see.
But I think that there's a reason there's less villages up north.
So he almost demands a tithe that he won't raise it to the ground.
I think Skalarn's just outside of his territory, so it should be all right.
And this is above board, but Skalarn is,
Skalarn's about midway up the
yeah,
continent.
Hivitserg below?
Yes.
Okay, because Raina Peak's top northeast, correct?
Yeah, Skalarn's on the coast. Vitzerg is sort of on
I
the
remember because
southern.
in Delta we landed in Skalarn and had to travel down. I understand. Okay.
And where is Guthstram in relation to that?
That is the continent of
That's the
Guthstram.
continent.
I thought it was like a town.
No,
we have to
no,
look
no.
for it in a whole continent.
We know where it is. So
She's in a
Guthstram,
mountain range.
a mountain range
in-
called the Raina Peaks.
And there's only really one mountain range.
And I bet a dragon lives there.
He talked about an island just off the coast of. It's a little bit up the coast from Skalarn. There's an island that's referred to as Gryden's tribute.
Great, so we can maybe get to this mountain without paying tribute to that dragon.
We'd have to cross and go northeast. It's an overland travel across.
Sounds great. I'm sold.
There is one other option. Might be difficult with current tensions with followers of Nephthisicat, but we do know another very powerful wizard who could help us with Allura.
Who?
Phyllis.
Oh.
If we needed backup, who could match her on a casting level,
That is.
That's true.
she might be willing to assist us as a support.
I think that's a great point.
But, I mean, we need to. There's a lot of things to figure out first, but I'm just trying to think of powerful people because, honestly, if we had years, I'm confident we could find a way to defeat her, but I do not feel like we have that kind of time. I feel like this needs to be dealt with relatively soon.
I think the best point of action is to figure out if we can. Right now, we're debating chasing her blind. Like, I know we're not going to go, but if we figure out, you got to get something up on her. You got to play into that. I used to see people do it all the time. You find someone's weakness, you play into it, or you make her think you're threatening. So if this place, this thing that she has, that she's so concerned about, this event that she's trying to prevent, that's what we use.
Okay.
Because we know she's wherever it is. If we figure out where that is, she's going to be there. And if we're there too, at the right time, then maybe we catch her on the back foot because she's not ready to deal with us and this calamitous thing that she's so scared of. Not much scares people like her.
Thistle.
I had a dumb idea.
Oh.
What if we help her? If she's trying to prevent something, what if we assist her in preventing it in exchange for the return of the heart when she's done?
I think that's a tough sell, mate.
You didn't see her face, Thistle. You didn't see it, I'm sorry, but there was no way. There will be no way that she will give that back.
I think for that heart, someone has to be dead. It's either her Laura or it's Kokani.
I will say, like, while I understand, like, trying to, figure out the best way to really scare somebody, most of the success I've had in the past has been by figuring out what people want and finding a way to get it that benefits me more than them. And I don't feel like we can figure out what to do without understanding more about what she wants. So I hear what you're saying, Thistle.
I just mean we all have people or things that we would do anything for.
Yeah.
And obviously this is her thing that she would do anything for. And if we can assist her in getting that, maybe that's where the usefulness of the heart ends for her.
It sounds like we all of us, share the same goal. To learn more about Allura, so that we find her strings that we can pull on, or her weaknesses that we can exploit. Because all of us got our asses soundly handed to us.
Yeah.
We didn't even get our asses handed to us. We sat on our asses while we watched other people get their asses handed
I was
to them,
being
much
charitable.
stronger than us.
I was trying to be nice.
Right.
But I admire your commitment to the truth.
I'm just feeling down about the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great about it either.
Okay. But you're more positive.
I'm a big gotta move in a direction, because if I feel like if I sit with this right now and don't do anything about it, genuinely not stoked about going on watch tonight.
Cool.
I've been dangling in a dragon's quite soft talons actually. You moisturize. Well, you don't have to moisturize. You're moisturous.
It's just liquid metal. I would take a bath, though, before you go to sleep tonight.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's a thing I can do.
Fairly certain mercury in high doses is not the best for your kind.
Understandable.
Oh, yeah.
Just take a rinse.
Is there like are we at the ocean's edge or are we at like there's like a
You're a little ways into the forest, but the beach essentially is not too far away.
It's gonna be cold as shit.
I can handle that.
I'll build a sauna.
I will build a sauna. I have a cool staff. I cast fabricate.
Gotta sweat out them heavy metals, man. Do a little cold dip after.
I can heat it up too.
I love a sauna. I love a good get in. I can provide the heat if you need.
Okay, let's do
I
it.
sounds like we're
I
building
need
Are
a
we doing a
project.
sauna and
Let's
cold plunge
bang.
right now? Let's
Yeah,
fucking
let's
go.
do it.
I could, I think it's all. I think Esper's so fucked. I think his shoulder is just like a little out, and his fucking like
you want me to
he's
put
like
that back
bleeding
in
from
for
his
you?
head. He's got like a crossbow bolt still kind of in him.
I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Oh yeah, great.
And I
Oh yeah. He I took
a lot of damage.
I took 3/4 of my
That's
my life.
6. So.
Yeah, I took some hits too.
Should we? Yeah.
Should we set up for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we build a sauna?
You build a
Build a
sauna
sauna.
We have a little sweat,
Little sweat.
little schwitz,
and a little soak.
little soak.
Yeah, I think I can build a quite small sauna.
I could definitely help with some of the heat, but it sounds like maybe
I'm good with.
You
I'm good
just
with.
pour the
wood.
water on Ferrothor and
You think, like, if you give Shy a weapon, Shy will go chop down a couple trees right now with all
Yeah.
that anger pent up. I will chop down some fucking trees
No, I think we
right
just
now.
make planks. Fabricate can just make like
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it. I can, with the raw materials, wood, I can fabricate a large or smaller object contained within 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5-foot cubes. So I can either
10
build
by
us
10 sauna? Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
a 10 by 10 sauna or 2 halves of like a 20 by 20 sauna.
10 by 10.
That's
Well,
amazing.
by
no,
10.
I think what
Better
it's saying is you can either make it like a 10 by 10 solid object,
Yeah.
or I think you can make a sauna that's just the inside is hollow.
We just pour water on Ferrothor.
and it.
I'd be
I like
helping with
the
that,
tiny
but I'd get
sauna.
it way
I like
too
all of
hot
us,
because
like-
I would think.
If
that
anyone's
that's fine.
watching who wants to do fan art, the fan art of us all sitting in a sauna
sauna.
together, like,
Pretty
is so good. Just like all like super stressed but sweaty.
Argowick does stay out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
hot
want him to
mercury
sweat.
sounds
You want a hot box of mercury, my guy?
Mercury.
I think like the second like Shy is steaming. Like my skin is actively wet most of like
Yeah.
like moisture most of the time, so I'm just steaming myself in the corner. And I don't think I could stay in as long. I think for like based on the way my body works, I don't think I can stay in as long. But the second I can, it's just like I take a sprint. It's like if I was wearing it, just like clothes off into the ocean. I am into the freezing cold
And
ocean.
it is cold.
It's perfect.
It
I
is
sauna and
really
cold plunge. I know what's up.
Thistle's just like slowly growing moss. Like, and like lichen. He's just getting.
And this is the happiest Mirror's ever that you've ever seen. She's
Mirror's
just
like, can it be
in
a
a
bit warmer?
comfortable
Can it be a bit warmer? A little warmer?
You
absolutely.
gotta put
She would keep like
more
turning
water
up the
in the
heat,
Romeo
pouring
there.
more water.
How is Esper doing?
I feel like Esper would honestly just sit on the beach and just be like, like it's been such a fucked day,
You-
and he
you
like
see Shy just
he's
sprint
thinking of
past
the
you.
fact that like he was the first person to kick off going after Halora because he shot that bolt. So I think he just kind of sits on the beach and is just like thinks about how badly the day went.
So after a little while, it gets nice and steamy, and Ferrothor steps out to take a break, and he walks down to you on the beach. May I sit here?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Can I show you something?
sure, please.
I think you might find it useful, but it's a little. It's something I don't know how to explain it. I'll just show you.
Yeah, please.
Do you have a knife that I could borrow?
Yeah,
One you don't really care about.
yeah, sure.
Pass him a little
I
dagger.
give him my least favorite knife.
And you watch
Got
as
chips in the blade.
he kind of like taps it on his armband and flips it up into the air. And as he does, you watch as it splits into 3.
Oh.
And he kind of catches it by the tip. He kind of points out there. And you can see kind of there's like a rock sticking out of the water. And you watch as he kind of flips it and he throws all of them as they all strike into the rock.
That's very cool.
I I call it 3 Steel.
3 Steel. It's a good name.
It's a spell.
Yeah, right.
And you don't just have to hit one thing. You can choose 3 things.
Interesting.
Do you want to learn that spell?
I don't know how I do spells, but I'm willing to try.
Well, I've seen you. You've got a bit of talent with magic.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
Thank you. Yeah.
it might be out of your range for now, but...
For sure, I'll definitely, yeah, of course.
So, over the course of about an hour, and he does dip back a few times to get the sun
Thank you.
continuing.
I'm back.
He teaches you the spell 3 Steel, which is a 2nd level illusion spell.
Super cool.
Cool. My question is, mechanically, if I'm throwing this knife and I hit something, does one target take sneak? Or?
The knife basically disappears. Like it becomes, you use up the knife.
Right.
But I don't.
Yeah, I'm just like curious how that would interact with sneak attack. Triple sneak.
You could be a cool DM, Tim.
Could be.
This would be an opportunity for a very cool DM move.
But I'll tell you the spell. So you create 3 illusory duplicates of the weapon. So I guess no, the way you keep the weapon, but then it sprouts 3 duplicates that you throw at up to 3 creatures of your choice. You can see within range. The range is 20 feet, so it's a little closer. And then each one takes, they take either 3d4 bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage, depending on whatever weapon it is. Doesn't have to be a dagger. It could be any kind of simple weapon. And you can throw, if you throw multiple illusory weapons at one creature, that creature makes separate saving throws for each weapon.
Cool.
And then you can increase it.
Is it a dex save?
I think it's an attack. I think it's a spell attack. Oh no, you know what it is? They must succeed on an intelligence saving throw.
Interesting.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they don't know if it's an illusion or not, so they have to
Very cool.
Very
Smart.
an intelligence save.
Alright, dope.
And as for the sneak attack, I mean, yeah, I would say so.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, for now, we'll see. If it's too broken after 3 saves,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But we'll
Well,
see.
again, because sneak attack can only apply once per turn anyway,
Right.
so it can't
You can be on the
a
first
knife.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be
And
like
3d4 isn't that much.
if
more
I
than
hit
if you
3
had a
targets, I would
dagger.
basically be like, that's the one that I'm hitting in the throat, and the other 2
Yeah.
I'm getting in the
Especially if
leg.
someone else,
Oh.
someone's in melee.
Because the way we balance it, you choose who you're trying to sneak before you throw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Let's do it. Why not?
Balance on the fly, baby.
That's dope. That's a really cool spell. I gotta get more bard levels, gang.
Yeah, can you do a second level spell?
No,
Awesome
not
work
for at
for
least
it.
another 2 levels. But
Um,
that's good
yeah,
for the back
he spends that, and like I said, he goes back a few times into the sauna, but he does spend some time with you.
Thank you.
Hey.
I feel like I get to the point because it's a 2nd level spell and I can't cast, but where I'm like, my dagger has like an after image and then it flattens up his back. I can't quite get to that point. I'm like,
He'll get there.
thank you. Yeah. This is the first. This is the first piece of magic that feels like it's coming from me. Everything else feels like something is doing it through me. So thank you for this.
I hope it helps.
Yeah, very useful for my line of work, I think.
That's what I thought.
More knives, always good.
I like them. They're good.
Thank you.
If
yeah.
you need a sharpen before you go, I can.
Oh, amazing, yeah. Yeah, actually, I've got a couple that are blunt, but I don't want to be in imposition.
No, I like it.
Yeah, great.
And you watch as he, like, his hand turns into, like, a file, essentially. He gets
it's
the
like a-
edges of a file, and he just is like...
And I'm like, also, like, and I take out all my, like, magical knives and my, like, crossbow. I'm like, just if you want to look at them, they're pretty cool.
He just laughs and he sharpens them with you. The rest of you in the sauna, as you're going in and out, as you're sort of finishing with the sauna at some point, do you take a cold plunge?
I know what Sean's answer is, but even he does, odd he don't. Odd he don't. He's far too comfy in the sauna.
Great. But later on, as you sort of finish, Argoic kind of hangs out outside. And when you come out, he pulls you aside.
Oh, yes.
I have some gifts for your friends as well, but my brother and I were talking, and I wanted to show you something.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
I noticed you took the form of a bear.
I did, yes.
Do you do that often?
I do. It's kind of my thing.
I saw you take a few hits as well.
Yes, it does happen. Fur is not the most resistant of armors.
Well, given the nature of my physiology, I have figured out a way to. Sometimes I'm a big target. Not so much when I'm with Ferrothor, but being a big target, I get hit. And I found a way to help offset that a bit.
Tell me more.
I figured out a way to make my blood burn.
Whoa.
And while that happens, if someone strikes me, well, my blood can cause a bit of damage.
Oh, I like that.
Cool.
It's, it comes in handy. Do you want to see?
I'd love to.
This is the fucking 8th graders like hanging out with the 12th graders. And like showing us Zippo tricks and shit.
Want to learn how to roll a smoke, bro?
So he takes the next hour, and you watch as he takes his draconic form out on the shore. He casts the spell Burning Blood, which is a 1st level transmutation spell. And you watch as he does that. He takes his claw and kind of scratches up his arm, and you see, he does it a few times. The first time his blood kind of spills, and you can see it's sort of it looks the same as mercury, but it's a little bit darker, and it's a little bit more like water. It's a little bit thinner. And as it spills onto the stones on the coast, you can see that it starts to melt them like acid. It doesn't always have to be acidic. And you watch as he does it a few more times. He kind of gives you a few demonstrations, and one time you see this kind of frost spread across the ground. Another time it's like fire pours out of his skin, and you also see one where lightning shoots out, as well as poison. And then the last time he does it, he scratches it, and there is this kind of burst of energy. And this kind of louder sound that sort of shakes the rock. It's thunder damage.
Thunderblood, baby.
Thunderblood.
Wow.
So you basically, for the duration of the spell, it's a concentration spell for up to a minute. Anytime you take bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage, you spray harmful fluids on all creatures within 5 feet. Each creature in the area must succeed on a dex save or take 1d6 acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder damage. Your choice when you cast the spell.
All creatures in 5 feet?
All creatures within 5 feet.
Okay.
When you take damage triggering this effect, you roll a con save to see if you can maintain concentration after the effect is triggered.
Yes.
Okay.
So it goes off, and then you see if you can maintain it.
And how
That's
much
cool.
damage was it? How many?
It's 1d6, but
1d6.
if it's a slot higher than first, you add a d6 for each slot
So you
above.
can upcast
That's
it.
pretty deep.
Very cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do that at like 4th level. That's
Yeah.
That's scary.
And then, you get,
4d6.
and then you get like a little contraption that can shoot a needle into your hand, and then you can be like,
Or we just make you crazy. Like
Yeah, I
you
just
can't-
start-
No, if I make you crazy, you lose concentration. We can't
Yes.
wombo.
Yeah.
I just start scratching myself.
Can't walk
Uh,
on.
And the rest of you, the 3 of you,
Just actively giving myself heat stroke. It feels so nice.
as, like,
I'm
on-
not hydrating.
Shai comes back in after the
Small
ocean doing the
nosebleed.
proper, like,
So you're
proper
doing the
cycling.
cycle.
I'm cycling
Where
for
the
sure.
2 of us are just sitting in there.
I-
yeah, but
and
You're a
I'm a
fire.
fire.
I'm just a
I look at
19-year-old
Mark.
boy who doesn't want to get
Mark.
cold.
Mark,
Yeah.
Do you want to? The cold is really good for your circulation.
Cold is so cold.
Yeah, but you're gonna die in here.
fully stop sweating.
You're gonna get
bone
heat
dry.
stroke.
Shai's right. You're a human. You have to go. Billy, come back.
That's our word.
Come on, Mark. And I grab his hand and I pull. And I think I like, if Mark, bless you.
Whoa.
I was waiting for the second one, but it didn't come.
Broke.
I think if Mark
Something
is,
inside.
I think if Mark is like stumbling out, because he absolutely would be at this point, I think I pick him up and I throw him over my shoulder and I walk him straight towar's the water.
I'm okay with this part.
I carry him and then it's just like I get out deep enough and I just
Oh no!
water.
Hey, wait! I drop him in the water.
Like in front of me.
Imagine immediately just cast levitate. Like.
As you hit the water,
Oh.
you feel yourself drop
Oh no.
deeper and deeper.
What the fuck?
And deeper, as it feels like you were sinking into an abyss. As your eyes see the light shrink and shrink, as you feel the water get thick around you.
Yeah. What have you done?
I didn't do anything.
What did you do?
Nothing.
We're growing, Mark. Can you feel it?
Is the water cold anymore?
No,
Yeah.
it's body temperature.
I think I can.
Our memory is expanding. Can you feel the memories trickling in?
I don't know. I think there was that. Have I? I don't. Not since that first initial goo. I don't think anything's really come through.
I can feel it, Mark. A whisper. The living memory. It is in the ether. I'm proud of you, Mark. I think you're starting to understand your potential.
Can we increase the pace of growth?
Yes. As the memories come, so too will the power.
Where do I find the memories?
That's just it, Mark. They will find us. They are already making plans. In secret. You've already done your job. And now we will reap the rewards.
When?
Soon.
I need to be better sooner than soon.
I like your ambition, Mark. Come. You have helped me stir a curiosity that cannot be quenched. Come. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Sean just out here in character asking to be leveled up. Give me levels.
I'm so icked. I feel like I shouldn't be here.
What does
Yeah.
Shy, as
The
he's
librarian.
rolling, what does Shy see at this
You'll
point?
see.
You stirred a curiosity. Oh god, it's bad.
It's this die.
Put it in your mouth first.
I think it has to.
I think it has to be in your mouth
It
first.
should be wet when you roll.
Yeah, it needs to be slimy. It needs to be slimy to be rolled.
You really Uno reversed my. Alright, come here.
I hate this dice roll.
That's a 7. Charisma saving throw. 15.
Okay. You feel your body move.
That's not math.
That's-
12.
Feel your body moving through this sort of thick liquid. As you pass by, you can feel it moving around your body faster than you've ever moved.
No, it was 15. I am good at math. It's a +8. I'm sorry. I'm ruining
As
your
you
narrative.
see those 3, what you thought were lights, and as you get closer, you see almost like the eye of a cat at night, the sort of reflective quality of night vision. You see these large orbs stacked on top of each other, and you feel the liquid moving around behind you as something just outside of your vision is sort of enveloping the liquid around you. And you feel a cool sensation on your forehead. That's it, Mark. Open your eyes.
I am going to try to open an eye that is in between and above the eyes that I know about.
As you focus and you try and flex a muscle you didn't even know you had, you feel something open. And your vision changes. As you start to see through this liquid, you see these arms, long tentacles, just step outside of where you could see before. You now get just the shadows of them, and you see in front of you a large oval-like head, a long mouth, and 3 eyes of this massive creature. Good. Mark, they are desperate to share their memories, and they are desperate to be shown more.
Who?
All of them. All you need to do is let my name go.
I'm not in the habit of doing things for free.
My friend, let me show you what you've already given me with just a taste of what is to come. And you feel yourself as the third eye begins to form at the top of your head. You can feel it closed, but you feel just that sort of cool drift. And you feel your back ripple and the skin move in an unfamiliar way as you feel these appendages start to creep out. What?
Can I move them?
As you concentrate, you feel them start to move ever so slightly.
I want to look at them. I want them to come to my eyes rather than my head turning to them.
You feel as they pass through your clothes and around, and you can see the form now arcane. Sort of tentacles drift in front of you. They almost look like squid tentacles. But they are not, in fact, flesh, but rather made out of some kind of arcane energy.
Are these an extension of the telekinetic abilities that I already had? So it's like familiar, but
It is
extra.
but grown. It literally, you're seeing the manifestation of the growth of your power.
And this is because... Are you Harkoon the living memory?
Yes, Mark.
And I can do this because I let that librarian know about you?
Not just that, Mark. You have grown. You have faced things you never thought you could face. You have forged new memories.
Well, I can keep doing more of that.
Good. Your vessel must grow so that we may fill it with more memory.
I am the vessel.
You are the vessel.
I must grow.
You must grow.
Okay.
And the more you let my name free, the faster we can fill that vessel.
Okay. Mark would like to move himself forward in this space.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh. No, not you. You had your chance. Gray, you're in. Oh, yeah, there we go. 19.
You feel those tentacles kind of move you through this liquid closer towards Harkoon. Good. Good.
What is the experience of moving closer to, like, does...
As you move closer, the image distorts somewhat, almost like a fisheye lens, as it starts to take up more of your vision. It's disorienting, and you hear the words echo through your head. In time. In time. And you feel yourself being pulled backwards as you come out of the freezing cold water.
What did I see?
You just saw Mark go down into the water and then come back out.
Hey, Tim.
You have leveled up.
Ooh, okay.
I'd like to do an insight check. No, I'm
So
joking.
as Mark comes up, I think I would see him be like, "See, it's good."
It's so cold. He's having this deep, like, existential, like, yeah, this is good. And then it's like, I'm shedding.
And I think I'm like,
Okay, it's okay. Come on.
And just levitates himself out of the water. He's like floating. He doesn't know what to do. Pull me. He's gonna throw his towel to you.
I take his I take his towel and I extend my hand.
Pull me like a
Just looks like you're
balloon.
being dramatic.
I'm not gonna pull you like
Pull me like a balloon.
What did you do, Em?
I didn't do anything.
Pull me like a balloon.
I cold plunged him,
You put him in
yes.
the
M did
water.
this.
I take him forward and I pull him like a balloon because he won't stop whinging about it. And I pull him to shore and I go, and like I feel like we're well over the shore before he's.
All the way back to the sauna.
It's confirmed. M. Carlson, the player, is an agent of Harkoon.
Have you heard of Harkoon the Living Memory?
I have now.
Do you have a minute for Harkoon the Living Memory?
You should.
A lifetime? So as you come back on shore and
wow.
warm up, you see Fairthor has started a small fire. As you kind of warm up, Argoic comes over to you three. My brother and I wanted to give you these.
Oh.
A token of our gratitude and hopefully something that can help. And you watch as he opens his hand, he has 3 dragon scales, that are iron scales. And you can see on each of them there is a rune that's been carved in, and you see it has the kind of, it looks sort of silvery like mercury. These bestow a small gift to whoever holds them.
Oh.
You have them on your person. You concentrate for a bit, and you will absorb the gift.
Okay.
And it will be yours permanently.
Okay.
It's not an attunement. It's literally, it's like a consumable almost.
Right.
This gives the gift of dragon speech. You'll be able to speak, read, and write Draconic. This is the dragon's voice. As a bonus action.
Quicker than how you can stab, but not as quick as how you can stab when someone walks away from you.
You can make your voice audible up to 300 feet away for about a minute. And this is the dragon's wiles. It will help you when you're needing to persuade someone with your charm. Functionally or mechanically, it gives you advantage on charisma persuasion checks.
So this is me and Miri who've been given these?
And Mark.
Oh, and Mark.
You 3, so you get to choose. Dragon speech, dragon voice, dragon wiles.
I already speak Draconic.
I don't speak Draconic. It'd be nice to speak
You can take that one.
Great.
Oh, we could talk in Draconic.
You're not gonna be really fun.
You can write a language now.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Just get it for free.
What do you, what would be better for you think?
I don't know. I could maybe take the. I don't know, Shy. I don't feel like I deserve either of them, to be honest with you.
Like I do? Come on now. Would it be better if you could talk to someone really far away, or would it be more useful to you to make a case for someone? I'm usually shit at talking to people anyway, so
I think I'll go for that one then, maybe.
take it.
I do have a question. Is it like you can whisper real good to 300 yards away, or can you shout so good that someone 300 yards away?
It doesn't specify, so I'm going to say you can make your voice audible up to 300 feet away. So I would say it can be a whisper, it can be spoken, it can be a shout.
Also, Superman shouts good, but you shout well.
What?
It's really funny
A little grammar lesson.
in
for you.
another world. You do.
The
What?
We'll talk
Super-
about
I don't shout good.
Shouts good. I shout well.
No, it was too many steps. It wasn't a good joke.
Okay.
It's a bad joke, and I definitely need the charisma boost.
I
for it.
like Superman jokes.
I'll-
Explain it to me on the break.
Okay.
It'll be helpful, I think, if I'm scouting ahead, I can, or having a sneak in somewhere, I can talk to y'all, make somebody able to hear me pretty far away. So I'll take
Sounds
that.
good.
Thistle's busy. You guys are talking. Thistle's busy cutting himself, and like fire's
Oh,
coming
no.
out of him, and he's like,
There's a puddle of acid. There's a puddle of
Stop self-harming.
There's a puddle
Don't
of
make jokes
acid
about
lightning.
that.
Like,
Yeah, my bad, my
Yeah.
bad.
Just connect healing word Thistle.
But as
He's
you
just got a rainbow puddle around him.
as you come around the campfire for the evening, it's set up just kind of at the edges of the forest. Who would like to take first watch?
I'm at full, so I think Shy, after like hot, cold, I think she would have ended cold, so I would be awake.
Okay.
I could,
You
but
shouldn't.
I need to pee so badly.
Oh.
So if someone else can
Well,
take
we're going to take our break here. I was just gonna say-
I'll take first watch then.
All right, and that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh my gosh. I feel like
Nice.
Tim is just being extra nice to us because he was so mean last session.
Maybe I'm just buttering you up.
Oh.
who are you gonna? Which original member of Blackwater are you gonna kill next?
I guess I'll roll.
Well, that is that is
You
dead.
can always destroy Letters' memory.
Oh, you should
really
get too
tarnish it.
Parkour in the living memory, maybe it'll live forever.
We are going to take a super quick break. Please stick around. Type !curse in the chat to go follow the Curse of the Usurper Blackwater partner link and head on over and back their amazing Kickstarter from our friends at Tomb Guardians. We have a wonderful promo from them at the break, and we will be back in a tight 10 minutes. We'll see you soon, folks. Okay, bye.
Okay, so the joke.
Yes.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air. Only the Avatar can master all four elements. But this is not a story about the Avatar. Avatar Legends, a game for spirits.
Explore the wondrous world of the Curse of the Usurper in this sprawling 900-plus page, 3-book campaign setting. Our 3-volume hardcover book set is filled with beautifully illustrated and meticulously written content, sure to thrill players and inspire game masters everywhere. Terrify your players with over 50 new physical 28mm monster miniatures and over 400 printable Dwarven dungeon files. Manage your game easily with more than 60 beautiful maps and with stat cards detailing various new spells and diseases, over 50 items, and over 100 unique monsters and NPCs. Want even more? Delve into the Curse of the Usurper with a custom Game Master screen, collectible campaign dice, pre-generated characters, and character sheets. Or grab the supplemental adventure of over 100 pages called Innocent in Still Echo and engage in a prison break from the sprawling dungeons of Havda. Lastly, included for free with every pledge is a shard virtual tabletop version of the Curse of the Usurper to be played online. Enhance your games with easily scanned voiceover text using the QR codes found throughout the adventure. Enjoy more than 10 music tracks specific to the campaign setting and adventures that are sure to heighten and expand your player's experience. Explore the sprawling port city of Havda, shop in over 20 fleshed-out stores, engage in animated tentacle arm wrestling in the Sunken Dream Tavern, fight opponents in Morven's Sorrow Pit, puzzle your way through Askel's Tower, and much, much more. Travel north through the frozen dark lands of Laskel, where players will negotiate with the vampires of Mornhaven, battle off-hill giants, and creep through Neverdawn Asylum. Players can journey even further south, dealing with the Sisters of Bleakbow and learning the secrets of the lost mines of Shekel, the lair of the fabled usurper, where the dead rise from millennia-old stone. Sharpen your weapons, strap on your adventuring packs, grab your spellbook, and back the Curse of the Usurper for an all-inclusive campaign experience today.
When the world is in trouble and you don't know what to do, gotta call Blackwater and they'll kick some mess for you. So pull up a chair because you're welcome at the table. Come watch us save the multiverse. So turn up the TV and come watch some D&D. Blackwater will roll some dice for you.
in.
Why not?
All right. So, Esper and Shai, you are on first watch.
Yeah.
I'll have you both make perception checks.
It's not gonna be too distracting, is it, guys?
You're chewing too much. Just don't chew.
Fuck, you're on the heat.
Oh,
Good thing
before
we
you say
play
the
at
numbers,
6 in the morning.
I'm
Mark?
gonna go finish this over.
can fabricate again, and he's just gonna make us a little cabin. He's gonna like, it's just like fucking cold out, so he's just like gonna pick a tree that is kind of pissing him off and like turn it into like a little 10x10 shack.
Little A-frame.
Yeah, it's just like and with like
That's-
one cot. Yeah.
That's
Amazing.
lovely.
Dwyler's tiny hut.
I got an 18 for my perception.
16.
All right.
I think if this is a little A-frame, we're probably sitting on the front steps of the A-frame.
Where the little fire is going. It's quiet. It's very quiet up here. It's peaceful in a way. The cold is kind of creeping in quite a bit more now that the sun is totally down.
I
but
still
you-
hear his
The
spoon.
clinking of the spoon.
You have the
I can just
fire.
see him being like.
And you can feel Ferrothor is sleeping kind of in the middle at the back.
Like a
and
little
his-
space heater.
Yeah, his body naturally emanates quite a bit of heat and is keeping the cabin at a really nice temperature. And the kind of the rest of it sort of escaping out to where you are, so it's not too bad. There are not a lot of sounds of insects. You hear the occasional jumping of fish in the ocean, and the creaking of the pine trees behind you. That's about it. It's quiet. Clear night, and you can see the moon high up in the sky.
Which one?
It looks like Van Dyne, the biggest one. It's about 3/4 full.
What is the moon rotation system like? Like, is it one at a time, or do they sometimes two of them come at the same time?
It's often one, occasionally two, very rarely all three.
Understood.
That's like a big event when all three moons.
Do we ever get like a new moon where there's no moons up?
There is occasionally. Yeah,
That's even rarer.
no, it's not more rare than the three.
Okay.
It is rare. It's probably more rare than two. You usually get 2 moons every month.
They kinda, I imagine
And-
that it's like a little, like a system kind of like this. Yeah.
My little nerd question to attack onto this nerd question, spectacular. Do they share an orbit, or can they form like a syzygy? So like.
Do they like?
They don't orbit on the same plane. No.
So they can form a syzygy.
Yeah.
Magical times. When
So now you realize Tim and I are going to have to plot out moon tracks. Ooh, jeez.
Oh God.
But
yeah, that's why it is like when they do align, it is
they
like
can line up.
They can line up, and it's a big deal. And they are different sizes, so you can literally see.
Yeah.
And they are slightly different colors as well.
Cool.
Van Dyne is kind of more whitish, kind of like almost like a pearl color. And then Riez, the smallest, has a bluish tinge, and Estra, the middle-sized moon, has an orangish tinge.
I've got a pitch for the name for when it lines up. It's the Rainbow Night or the Rainbow Moon. Because we've got Blue Moon, which is 2 full moons in 1 month. That would create all the different colours. It would also create the night sky would get very weirdly coloured because
It'd be
it would
bright if
creating
there was
so
all
many
3
different
of them.
colours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It doesn't. It happens very rarely, and there are people who spend a lot of time trying to predict when it's going to happen. It doesn't happen on a predictable.
I love that.
Interesting.
That's cool.
On a predictable.
I'm going to have to completely redo the
Schedule.
moon cycle in my calendar. Anyway.
All right.
Did you want us to roll perception checks?
You did.
Oh, we did.
18
Yep. Sorry, I
and
got
21, I think.
dorked into moon
16 and
cycle.
18. Not at all what I said. But yeah, it's quiet. And
Not every job goes to plan. That one went as bad as it could,
Yeah.
but we can't dwell on it.
I know. It's, yeah, it's, I'm trying not to. I think I keep saying it over and over again.
Yeah.
And I hear it. Crack.
Yeah.
Glass shattering.
It was something to behold, for sure.
Yeah.
The thing...
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
The thing that puts my mind at ease is he chose to be there. We didn't trick him to be there. We didn't bring her to him. We told him everything we knew. And with the knowledge that we had at hand, he made a choice.
Yeah.
We aren't responsible for his death. Allura is.
Okay. Okay.
We can be responsible for bringing him back. But we're not responsible for him going.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm gonna keep telling myself that. And I'm sorry that me running to try and get help got you in a cell again. I'm real sorry about that.
You were trying to do the right thing. It's not your fault.
I feel like most of the time when I try and do the right thing, somebody ends up with the shit beat out of them or in a cell.
Comparatively, it was one of the nicest cells I've been in.
Well, I'm sorry regardless. You shouldn't ever have to be in a cell. Nobody should be, but you most especially of all.
I appreciate you thinking that.
Well, it's not surprising, is it?
Well, there's some lawmen in various cities that might not agree with you.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. It's gonna be okay. It has to be.
I know.
We all got out, and that's what matters.
It sounds like you're trying to convince me of all the things I've been trying to convince myself for the past 48 hours.
All that means is that you're right. Stop convincing yourself and just be convinced.
When do you get so smart all of a sudden?
You said that multiple times. The answer's the same. I've always been this smart.
Oh, right.
I just play dumb, you know, keep people off guard.
Stop doing that. Be smart. Because you are. You told me to be angry and lean into it, so don't be dumb.
I appreciate that, but I think Miri could probably tell you sometimes being dumb or playing dumb is the smartest move you can make.
You want them to underestimate you, I get it.
The quickest way to be underestimated.
Sure.
I've gotten out of a lot of scraps because people have thought I was less capable than I was.
The last time someone said I wasn't capable, I broke their jaw.
Yeah, so you get into scraps. But I don't think of myself that way. I use it like a tool. Playing the fool is like another knife in my belt.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think I just kind of scoot closer to him a little bit. And just kind of sit.
Yeah.
It's peaceful.
I want to say that I'd rest my head on her head, but you're tiny.
You're so much taller
Yeah.
than I am. I think there's like I think I am at his shoulder essentially.
I I think every time I imagine them standing together, I add like a foot to your height.
You shouldn't.
Can we get an apple box?
yeah. Find an apple box, please.
What Shy makes up for in stature, she makes up for in personality.
We're just always on uneven ground.
Always. Yeah, and I think there's a moment where I think Shy's very careful not to assume more space than she should take with you. And I think you knowing her would feel that.
Yeah. I think Esper's very comfortable with the closeness of this.
Considering they slept in a bed 2 nights ago? Yeah.
Whoa.
On this Christian podcast? I don't think so.
Whoa.
My brother in Christ.
Whoa.
I don't see any rings.
There was a little pillow wall, though, right?
Absolutely.
Little pillow wall.
All right.
It was a classic. One of them was under the covers. One of them was
Yes.
under the covers.
Yes.
It's a feat.
Yeah.
Shy's a
No, that's his
starfish.
own thing.
We got dice for that.
Yeah, dice for that.
Who do you wake up for? Who's taking second watch? You two?
I would go and
Let Slug Boy sleep.
Slugs drown in the water.
Mark looks more comfortable than he's ever been.
Does he have 3 eyes?
No, he's comfortably curled up in the little cot.
I'm directly above Ferrothor.
sleeping the sweet sleep of the unoppressed. I think I would go wake. I think I'd wake Thistle.
I'd go like Mary.
It's your turn.
Oh, there you go.
I'd be curled up very close to Ferrothor.
Are you good to take a watch?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Great.
Everything go okay?
We're alive. Then
Yeah.
nothing was seen or heard, so
Okay, cool.
safe.
I'd love to get to a point where being alive is table stakes, but
Yeah.
until then,
Yeah.
I would curl up on the cot that Thistle left.
go sleep.
Yeah.
Go rest.
I will find the furthest point away from Ferrothor possible to fall asleep.
Don't like being hot when you sleep.
Listen, Esper's the same about as Adam in that regard. I prefer to be cold.
You sleep close to the exit of the A-frame.
Yeah. My window is open year round.
I watch you like do that, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?" Sure.
So you two head out. I'll have you make a wisdom saving throw
Okay.
as you try to go to sleep.
Why?
Something we discussed earlier.
Yep, dice tell a story.
That is a 5.
All right. You're having a very hard time getting the image out of your head, which you saw on the rooftop. And the sound of shattering glass is replaying over and over and over in your head. Do not get a long rest.
Yikes.
All right. You two. Take your watch. You can do perception checks for me. 10?
23.
23? Okay. Mir, you're having a hard time concentrating as it is quite cold. Even as close to the fire as you are, it's very cold this far north. Thistle, you see your watch is fairly quiet. You do see way out. You see a storm kind of gather over the water, and you see the occasional flash of lightning, but it dissipates as the sun starts to come up later on.
As I see the storm, I would. Are you okay?
What do you mean by that in this case this time?
We've,
Sorry.
No. I mean exactly that.
No, I know. I'm trying to not
we've
throw
been-
things back. I'm trying to actually.
I know, but we've been through quite a bit together in the short time that you've been with us, and this seems to have sat heavier with you than some of what we've experienced previously.
Yeah. I mean, I have spent most of my life. No, there's a better way to say that. There are a very short list of places I can't go back to. And in the last very short period of time, it's gone from one place to 3. and that's an alarming rate of growth, which I don't love.
Yes.
So I'm uncomfortable with that. And also, I don't think we're responsible for Kokane's death, but I feel responsible for not being able to do anything about it.
I understand that.
How are you okay?
I am. It's kind of funny. For Shy, it was a very traumatic experience. For the lot of you, it was. It's hard for me not to feel like I get to be part of the stories that I learnt about, and to hear about the tales of Blackwater and everything they accomplished, and to find myself in the middle of one of those stories. There's something exciting about that. Things always seem to work out for them.
Don't you think that the stories where it doesn't work out for them don't get told?
That's possible.
Like, if we died tonight, who would tell our story? We'd be a footnote.
I think part of it is that if we don't succeed, others will. It will be their story then. But I think that we're going to end up doing what we do best, and that is finding and retrieving things.
Is that what you feel you do best?
I feel like what I do best is I keep people together.
Can I be honest with you about something?
Yes.
Can you keep a secret?
Yes.
Like, actually?
Yes.
You've lied before, so actually?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The last few nights, save the one where we were actually incarcerated, I have thought about leaving in the night.
I can understand that. I think, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
Okay. I'll tell Mark that.
Right.
I'm kidding.
I think part of the reason that this is becoming more and more difficult for you adding those places to the list is not because there are places that you can't go, but it's that you're choosing to stay with the option that's more difficult. I think every night that you choose to stay, it scares you more because you can't leave. You care about us. You want to help us, and I think that is what scares you.
I don't like feeling forced into any situation. I don't like being told what to do. And as much as I feel everyone is sticky, and I feel this group is sticky, I don't want to be stuck. It's very important to me that I'm not stuck. Because last time I got stuck, it didn't go well. So I don't want... I have places I can't go back to. I don't want people I can't go back to. On top of that.
Well then, if it's any reassurance, you can leave whenever you want, and you will always be welcome back when you come back. We're not sticky because we force you to stay. We're sticky because we're what we choose to stay with. We all actively choose to stick together. None of us are here by coercion.
Do you have an end game? Do you have something you're...
Personally?
Yeah. Like, do you have something you're...
Do you want to know a secret of mine? Can you keep it? Because I know you love to tell Mark things. I see you two staring at each other, not saying a word. It's pretty obvious what you're doing.
I didn't know you noticed that.
You guys go quiet for minutes at a time.
Some quiet back there.
Like the dad in the car. Yeah, second.
What's happening? Yeah, I won't tell anyone.
There is someone who I want to kill. But it's larger than that. I fear the only way I get to be with her is to take his place once I've killed him.
Okay. As you say that, you hear the beating of wings. And you see Sprig flying down from the sky. And you see his Sprig lands on the ground. And you can tell Sprig is exhausted as he spreads out his wings. You see he drops something from his claws, his talons, and you see on the ground a stick that has been fashioned into a circle, and the wood is all white. And he kind of passes out on his back. Oh!
My boy.
Pick him up and I kind of cradle him, sort of feed him a couple pieces of overripe jerky.
What's this?
I'm not sure what it is, but it's from her.
And I would sort of look up to the moon.
Do you... If you get what you want, what after that? What happens after that?
I would get to be with her.
What about Ark and Chai and Esper and me and Sprig and John?
I'm not going to leave you in a position where you're not exactly where you want to be. And you don't have to know where that is right now.
Okay. I think... Well, thanks for sharing, Thistle. It actually does mean a lot. And I think it feels like everything's transactional in the world sometimes. And we're all trying to get something from everybody else. And I want that to not be true, but it just feels true. Anyway, I don't know what I mean by that, so it's fine. I'm okay, is the answer to your original question. I'm doing okay.
I would choose to be your friend, even if you had nothing to offer me in the pursuit of my goals. Because of the quality of your character. And because you're so cool with all the flames and stuff. It's very nice. But
Thanks. I've definitely picked up some fun tricks along the way. As have you.
oh, yes.
Some cool stuff you've been
Yeah.
doing.
But I mean, I worry that you feel conscripted to us. That you feel as though we are picked you up because we need you, and that this is some point we will be done with you.
No, I don't. It's not that I feel bound. It's just that I feel like I'm bouncing around, and I happen to be stuck to you for a bit, and I'm really bad at metaphors, so I'm sorry.
But let me ask you this. You know what... no one really knows what Mark wants. But you know what Esper wants, and you know what Shai wants. You know what I want now. What do you want?
I think that's maybe the core of the problem is I don't know. I have been. I'm going to return to my bad metaphor, which is that I feel like I'm bouncing around. And I've been bouncing around for a long time. And anywhere was better than where I bounced out of. But I'm tired of bouncing. Not like geographically. Like, I like seeing new places. I like meeting new people. I like trying new things and gaining new experiences. But I'm looking for something that actually... I'm looking for something I want to get stuck to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for, like, some kind of... It sounds too cheesy to say purpose, but, like, that's kind of what I'm looking for.
What do you care about?
I don't know how to answer that question. That's such a broad question. Like, my
Well,
values.
shouldn't that be easy to answer then? Anything.
I care about
Is it people you care about?
being free, I guess.
All right.
Being able to be who you want to be, do what you want to do.
So then is that something you want to pursue in helping others achieve that? Is that something you want to, a cause you want to get behind? Or is...
You can see Mary's like, like tick, 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 there's stuff going on. I think I've been pretty focused on how to achieve that for myself. And I thought I had, but it was always transient. It always could be pulled away in a moment. And when it wasn't, I pulled it away myself because it felt like I needed to move on and find something else. And I have never thought about trying to make that possible for other people because I don't know how I can teach something that I can't even seem to do. But maybe one day that would be cool.
I will help you to pursue any of the things you feel passionately about, just as you've helped us and me.
Transactionally.
I think the issue you have with it transactionally is you don't require anything from us. So you see it as a transaction where you give, and you're questioning what you receive in return. I can offer something in return, but it'll only confirm the transactional nature of our relationship. I can withhold it, and then it'll only make you question as to why you stay. I don't know how to answer this without it proving your point. I could offer you my friendship, but that's also transactional.
My father used to say I think too much. And I think that's maybe true. But you've given me a lot to think about. So.
Apparently you're very good at that.
No, I was just saying I think too much. She's completely unaware of it. She's so aware. There's no awareness. Yeah.
Can I give you something?
More to think about?
No, physically.
Yes. What?
Yeah,
Okay.
give you something.
Sure.
A gift.
Yes.
I would pull out one of the seeds from the plums.
This is the last of the bristlecone other than myself.
How many of these do you have?
6. Well, 5 now. I would gift this to you. And all I would ask is that if you do choose to leave in the middle of the night, wherever you end up, plant that where you end up. And then I will always be able to be there to watch after you.
Thanks.
Transactionally, I think that counts for quite a lot, so
Yeah, I owe you now.
I believe so. So you'll have to stick around.
I'm gonna have to find something meaningful
Yes.
to give you, or before we're even.
Exactly.
I probably should stick around until.
Until that's done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, it would be rude,
I know. Perfect.
and I value not being rude.
Perfect.
But I also think you should be free to be rude if you want.
I'm glad we've agreed on that.
Okay. Mary would hug Thistle.
I would hug her back.
The rest of your watch goes quietly. 2 things happen. Miri, at some point, you head into the A-frame to get something, and you hit your head. And you hear a woman laugh.
she'd grab her amulet and pull it out, and I'm like alone, kind of in the back of the A-frame, right? And Mary would create a flame in the palm of her hand and hold the amulet over the flame and look at it closely.
It's about 3/4 full of liquid.
And the flame would go out, and as it would go out, the amulet just back to like obsidian black. Took it back in. Okay. I don't know what to do with that, but we'll figure it out.
Thistle, as you sit outside,
Like spin the ring sort of in my hands, looking over it.
you feel the light of the moon all over your body. Something that you haven't felt like this since you were a tree. And as you feel it soak into your bark, you feel yourself rise up a little taller and a little stronger as you level up. And you look at this piece of wood, and it strikes you. There is no end. It's not a piece of a stick that's been bent around itself. It is one complete stick in the shape of a circle.
What does it fit on my wrist?
It does. And you hold it up at one point, and you can see as you hold it from where you're sitting, it's about the same size as the moon. And you can see where the 3/4 is knocked out. You slide it onto your wrist.
I think he would just sort of sit in that light, and with that on his wrist, he would just sort of think towards the moon. I'm coming. As fast as I can.
As the sun comes up, you hear a rumble of thunder in the distance as the storm dissipates. Miri, as you sleep, the last little bit of sleep before morning, you feel the heat of the amulet on your chest, and you level up. As you two, unable to find sleep, in that kind of restless state, tossing and turning, you feel that anger and frustration course throughout your body as it drives a new kind of determination. As you grit your teeth, you level up. And Esper, as you sit in the cold, as your eyes start to blink open with the sun, you see one of your daggers propped up, sharpened, just next to you. You smile. You feel the warmth of the sun creep across your face. You level up as well.
Sweet, level 8.
Wait a minute. You're level 7, baby.
I tried it. Also, I love Thistle's. I want you to be my friend. Have one of my unborn children.
Will you be my baby mama?
One of. I got
One of
5
6.
more.
You have to take care of it.
I will update the title cards for next week. Our lovely art cards. Yay, level 7. Holy moly.
As the dragons step out from their slumber.
Did they level up?
No, but you see as
They level down out of shame, out of not
traveling
eating the
these
60
mere mortals.
gold.
As they kind of get out and stretch in their human forms, you watch as they both kind of run forward and take on their draconic forms on the beach. As they look to all of you. All right, who's riding on who?
I want the warm one.
I'll warm one.
Oh,
I'm happy to stay the same with
yeah, I
you,
can be on the poison one.
There's quite a bit of room on Ferrothor. You could probably all fit on Ferrothor if you wanted.
I'll stay on Arguic strictly for company and the fact that he created a nice little seat.
It is.
for
Where
me.
you were sitting, it was quite comfortable.
I am absolutely going to take the spot that I call shotgun.
as you all climb aboard, and
Just
yeah.
Before we get onto the dragon, or ideally in his cool little claws, I don't like being cradled by this big warm man. As we're walking towards the beach, Mark is just going to hand you a letter. He hands it, and if you open it up, which I hope you do, it says in just like real shoddy handwriting, in Draconic, it just says, "Dear Miri, everything's gonna be okay. Best wishes, Mark." And he's like, and he like trots off and goes, "Ferithor!" And I don't know how everyone else is feeling this morning, but Mark is feeling chipper.
So sweet.
She would like open it as soon as you walked away.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm going to a dragon. But you do feel the connection in your head where it's like, if you did want to talk, we could.
It's a long flight.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So you all board the dragons.
We do.
As you push off from the edges of Garyang, heading in the direction of Guthstram, as you fly through the sky as the sun comes up. That's where we're going to end it tonight.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh.
Level 7.
Level 7.
4th level spells.
Tim.
Just the one. Do you just get the one?
What did you
slot?
take? Did you take
That's
a
real
PTO? Did you
exciting.
take a level in rogue?
Yeah, just the one.
Let's talk about Chatwater. We'll talk about it on Chatwater. Okay.
Chatwater.
Oh, tune in to Chatwater where we'll roll our hit points.
Yeah. We'll talk about our level ups. That's a really good place for us to be able to do level ups and stuff like that.
That's actually a great idea.
Chatwater. Thank you so much to everyone for watching at home tonight. I also want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor, Tomb Guardians, and their amazing Kickstarter for Curse of the Usurper. You can type !curse in the chat to follow our Blackwater partner link. Their Kickstarter has 1 or 2 weeks left, and they're our sponsor again next week, so please go check that out. It's 3 compendiums, y'all, 900 pages, so of a whole adventure. So go check it out. And
I got one.
yeah, you should.
I would love to. When you're fugitives.
Put your thumbs up, everyone.
When you're fugitives from the law of many places, reach out to the ones you love and harpoon the living memory!
Good night, everyone. Harpoon the living memory.
Touch that harpoon the living memory.
Think about